Welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Dr. Steve. No, you're not. That's Steve.
The
Hi.
doctor was almost on camera.
Almost.
All right.
I'm back, okay, a-whore.
We're going to have an action figure for the old set here. This could be interesting. Considering...
I'm back.
Hey,
Okay.
maybe stop that. Robot Chicken might sue.
Freaking Scott. Scott runs it, you know.
That's true. He is over there.
That's right.
That is true.
As for sharks with freaking lasers attached to his head, and what does he do? He gets robotic foul,
That's close,
I guess.
right? Close. So how you doing, doctor?
We're doing fantastic. Living the dream. In the underground bunker with my minions.
I see them back there. Look at that.
That's
Are they actually very helpful at all?
No, I kind of they were kind of disruptive, and I skinned them alive, so they're an example now to the other minions.
Oh, so they aren't actually alive back there
Anymore. No.
Oh,
He had them stuffed.
right.
I did.
That's
As an
awesome.
example.
Tic-tac taxidermy.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. That was good.
Ooh.
It's awesome.
All right. Well, this topic started a ways back when Doctor was going to be in town and said, I'm going to come and visit you guys and let's do this topic. But
It was last year.
yes, it was.
It
It was.
last
year
year.
ago.
But we are here now, and it is time for the top 10 Disney animated movies. And for this one, we kind of lumped Pixar in there because everybody loves Pixar.
And
Yeah. See, I'm going to complicate things. I did not include Pixar because if we include, I did not include Pixar. Otherwise, none of the other animated films would make the list,
Oh,
in
interesting.
my opinion.
Interesting.
that's actually not the case with me.
Okay.
But
Very good, very good.
I do want to mention that I have 11 honorable mentions.
What?
Yeah. See, honorable
That's how hard-
mention.
That's how hard this list was for me, except for my number one. I knew my number one instantly.
Honorable
Yeah, I just
mentions
figured
are like
which ones I'd watch over again. I mean, there's a lot of movies out there, so
honorable mentions are like 3 or 4. You got a
No.
whole second
No,
list.
I couldn't do
you
it.
got a second
Couldn't
list.
do it. I know that a lot of these are going to come up on somebody else's list, so there's going to be crossover. So
Probably, yeah.
I just expect that.
Okay. Well, let's get started then. As always, our guest goes first. Steve, what is your number 10 favorite?
My number 10 in the Disney only, not Pixar. It's kind of a tie between Tangled and Tarzan.
Interesting, because Tangled is not an animated. It's a computer.
It is animated. It's done by Disney.
So is Pixar.
No, Pixar did not do it. Disney
Oh,
did.
I see what you're saying. Oh, aren't you slick?
Disney
Okay.
did that. They did a couple other movies as well. 3D. I mean, because with Tangled, they kind of moved into the 3D realm. They don't do any more classical.
That's very
Yeah.
accurate. Okay, I stand corrected. You're right. So, which one is your number 10?
It's a cross between Tarzan, because I love the adventure and I love the character that they used, and Tangled, because it's a fun story, where the girl doesn't really need to be rescued. She's like a kick-ass girl herself with like superpower hair. And one thing I've noticed when I watch this movie is like all the guys that the Disney's trying to tell girls to go after are like thieves or
Bad
crooks or bad boys. There's no good guys out there.
No, because they can they can make the bad boy a good boy.
Yeah. Like he's
That's
out there stealing this, stealing that, and he's just using her. It's like, oh, I guess I like her now. Like the hell?
It's
But hey, that's Disney's thing,
the Han Solo Princess Leia thing.
right?
She
I
turned
guess
him
so.
from a scoundrel into a general, into a gladiator. Sorry, wrong movie. Now,
That's one of Crystal's favorites. Like that's one of her. She puts it on her phone when she goes to bed, and she's out before the second song is done.
I got past the second song. It was nice.
this is going to be an interesting list with Steven if his first pick is 2 movies.
Yep. But it is an honorable mention for me. So.
Which one?
Tangled.
Okay.
Tangled.
Tarzan Roxo, Phil Collins soundtrack on that. She's killer.
Don't think I watched it more than once when it first came out.
Oh yeah, and Tony Goldwyn was great as Tarzan.
Yeah,
I can sing some praises there. And Rosie O'Donnell as the
action movie. I mean, they
monkey.
tried it. It, didn't get up there in their top 25 list, but Tarzan's. It's like I remember that. It's like, yeah, that was a fun movie.
Yeah,
don't remember much of it, but it was fun.
Here, let's do this. Oops. All right, Jason, you're next.
Okay.
Go in a circle.
My number 10, 2004, The Incredibles.
Oh,
it's just for one, it has its own style for as those films went. It had that I don't know what you call it, kind of a retro kind of a style to it, like a 50s pulp style.
Mm-hmm.
And almost noir.
I could see that.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and then just everything with the family. Every single one of them were so fun in their own way, had their best moments. And my nephew watching Dash run across the water had him rolling on the floor laughing. Like, rewind it. I want to see it again. And he just keeps going. I don't get that particular moment just killed him.
I think everybody will have one moment out of one of these Disney films they love. Like I know my number 1 has one spot I still gut laugh to this day.
The Incredibles is a better Fantastic Four film than any of the Fantastic Four films.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Well, well said, sir. All right, James, number 10.
My number 10, I did include Pixar movies in my list.
Me too.
So my number 10 is Monsters, Inc.
Ah, that one was my number 4.
Ooh.
That is my number 9.
I also made a Pixar list on the side, and that made my number 6. Just
because.
Yeah, just
it was,
I just did Pixar.
Because it's fun. Mike,
it's cute. Billy Crystal and John Goodman did good jobs of the voices, including Steve Buscemi.
Yep, Randall is like the ultimate bad guy, and then Dr. what's his name, Mr. Waternoose, the
Waternoose
crabby thing, James Coburn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's been a long time since I watched it.
But
he was the owner of Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's so much fun stuff, and poor George and those socks on his back.
Oh. Yeah, but
he gets shaved down so many times.
Yeah, it's such a great running gag. And the sequel, the prequel, Monsters University, is really, really fun too. It still works.
I've only seen that one once.
We've gone back to it a couple times. It's a lot of fun. But the first one, yeah, it's just so different. And it's such an interesting concept. Nobody had ever taken it that far.
Yeah.
And yeah, they really captured like taking the whole monster in the closet thing to a whole different angle,
Exactly. And then there's the Yeti.
The Yeti.
Yep.
Want a snow cone?
Yep, exactly. Let me see. My number 10, it's one of the animated ones. And it's from 2003, Brother Bear.
Brother Barry.
I have a blast with that because of the moose, right?
Ooh. One of the last, I think one of, if not the last, credited acting or voice acting role for Rick Moranis.
I think so. I literally think he came out to do this one just because it was like a tribute to Bob and Doug.
Okay, I gotta let the dog out.
Okay.
Who let the dogs out?
James.
James.
Let the dogs out.
But yeah, watching those guys play I Spy on the back of the bear and like when they're traveling, and it's just I love that.
I don't think I ever watched it.
Oh, it is so
You
much
should. It's worth at least once watching.
fun.
It's great.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like all Canadiana right there.
Yeah, about an Indian that's I don't not necessarily abuses nature, but just doesn't take what nature has seriously, and ends up getting transformed into a bear, and now has to see life through the eyes of this bear.
Okay.
And how humans see bears. So,
Okay.
and he comes across this little cub Coda that needs help, and there's a whole little story there. But yeah, it's fun to watch, and like I said, what's it called again? If you're talking about this one, it's called Brother Bear, from
Brother
2000.
Bear, Aaron.
Yeah, so much fun. All right, we are on to number 9. Steve, what you got?
For number 9, I'm gonna throw back to the original animated movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
1936, really?
Yeah, I watched it and it's a very simple story. It's the only thing they went crazy with are the dwarfs because everyone else they rotoscoped. So you Snow White, she can't do anything wacky, but the dwarves were like all stretched and squashed and everything. You know. Oh, by the way, I took animation back in 89, 90, 91, classical animation. So a lot of this is where my list is coming from, the actual animation and stories.
So someone could come to you and say, I have this story, let's animate it.
And I would say, okay, let's get a storyboard first, and let's see what shots we can do. What we were told is like story is more important. Then I've seen some other crappy animation, but the stories were great, so it's passable, right? So it's got to be a good story above anything else. Then the animation is bonus.
Nice. Okay, this is good.
But the dwarves were just freaking amazing, and we use them to study all the time because just the way they're squashed and stretched, the bellies, and
Mhm.
But as you can tell, the Prince and Snow White, right? They are all proper rotoscoped. So
Very cool. I know I've gone back to that a couple times. It's not one of my go-tos, but you're right. The story is so solid. It's so simple.
but apparently the new Snow White, it scared her, so she's afraid of it.
Oh gosh.
And it's going to be a new Snow White. I mean, she's not as pretty as the Queen, which is Gal Gadot, but
Yeah. How do you? I want to know who Snow White is if they're better than her.
it's Rachel Zegler.
You haven't heard all that all that
You
mess?
haven't- Wow, really?
How have you not heard how she herself, Snow White, is saying this isn't the same Snow White. Our Snow White doesn't need a Prince Charming, and
I've heard that she's been released.
They said that. I mean, has it actually happened?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I mean. Like
They
I've
already
heard-
shot most of the live action, so she's going to be in it. I mean, any future projects after that, we don't know.
You can't say that either because they pulled Kevin Spacey out of a lot of stuff, and deep fake is not that hard. Look at the end of Mando. So
I got a feeling it's going to be either start from scratch or complete reshoots.
Yeah, because she ruined it for everybody. She really did with a lot of the comments that she made about it. And then I watched the latest Hunger Games. She was a star of it because of what she said and like her attitude as Rachel. I just didn't like her character at all. Like, ew, there she is on screen. Ew.
well,
I prefer watching Amber Heard.
and studios know. Studios know.
Mhm.
All right, Jason, yours was Monsters Inc.
Yep.
So James, on to you.
My number 9 is Finding Nemo.
Oh, dang it. That didn't make my list.
Roy
I
Charles!
in Pixar list, but
Dang it.
It's an honorable mention. I actually took the Give me some Finn, Noggin, dudes. So when I would put my boys to bed, some Finn, we'd bump elbows. Noggin, we'd do a little headbutt. Dude,
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that one got a lot of replay at our place. A lot.
I just thought it was great, all the voice actors they got for this one, because Ellen was great with the escape, and Eric Eric Bana as one of the Australian sharks, and I think was it Dame Edna?
Which character?
One of the sharks.
I don't know.
There was
All I can
Movie
think is Jack Black and Robert De Niro.
neither of them are in
Wrong movie.
I know.
Oh, what the hell! The surfing turtle I thought was one of the highlights. Willem Dafoe in there.
They have an interactive theater thing at Disney with Crush, where people can talk to them, and they have it's animated to a guy actually talking to them, and he interacts with kids and stuff. And there's a lot of clips of it on YouTube. It's pretty fun.
Oh, see, that's cool. And yeah, I forgot Jeffrey Rush is in it too. Brad Garrett.
John Ratzenberger.
John Ratzenberger is in everything Pixar.
He was. Yeah.
That was a running gag as one of the end credit scenes in something.
Yeah, one of the sharks. It's Barry Humphries, who is Dame Edna, that British comedian that dresses as a woman.
There we go.
Yeah,
yeah, that one is.
But they have their voices brought way down, so you can't tell it's them. You just can tell they have an accent.
Yeah, but you can tell Willem that voice.
Oh yeah.
Now you watch it and wait for him to ask where Spider-Man is. Okay, my number 9 goes back to 1977.
Whoa.
Yes, this film I still love and will watch occasionally. It's The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Silence.
I love Pooh Bear. I can't help it. I do. Winnie the Pooh.
I can ruin it for you. Make you watch Blood and Honey.
No, because I haven't and I won't. I grew up on that stuff. I used to have them, and just coming into adulthood and stuff, I kept watching it, and I love that, especially that one. There's other movies that have come out since and different TV shows, but it's just that particular movie that does it for me. Or he gets stuck in the hole and the rain keeps coming and, out looking for jagulas. Yeah.
I lost Winnie the Pooh right around G.I. Joe and Transformers and Saturday morning cartoons hit. But it's always been there. And, with my kids, of course, we would revisit and whatnot. And it always held something in my heart, but it doesn't make my list at all. But Christopher Robin really was something special. That is a fantastic flick.
Oh, okay. The movie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are now on to number 8, Steve.
Number 8. It's another 3D animated one I just saw the other day. Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's a kind of post-apocalyptic movie. The star is female. She kicks ass. There's no real love interest unless you want to say that they're going in the other direction. It's pretty freaking cool.
I know. I've seen trailers.
It was like it was the first big COVID casualty, really.
Right.
Yeah,
if you get a chance, watch it. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it to everyone.
That's true, because before that was Frozen 2, and it was 19. So.
Mm-hmm. No, it was definitely a COVID casualty. Theaters were barely open, I think, when it released. So they did put it up on Disney Plus, and I think it did okay, but not nearly what they needed, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, with I guess the lack of advertising. Aquafina, she's in there.
Which was this one again?
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh, yeah, no, that didn't go to theaters. Or barely any theaters.
Exactly, yeah, it was very limited release.
Well, definitely check it out if you get a chance. It's totally worth it. Great action, good adventure.
It has been on my radar. Yeah, it's been on my radar for a while.
Took a long time to get rid of that merch.
Well,
Oh, it could be cheap then. Ooh.
I just had a friend of mine message me. I just realized I had 2 of him on my friend list. So I messaged him yesterday. I go, do you have 2 accounts? And he went, no, why? So I sent him that. And he goes, yeah, he just messaged me back that he's known about it for a while and he's been going through Facebook, but they've done nothing. So, so I'm letting him know I'm going to kick the other one off my Facebook then.
Are you sure you're talking to the right one?
I'm positive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This one we've chatted before and stuff. The other one, not at all. So, so yeah, Aaron even mentioned Winnie the Pooh. Great choice.
Oh yeah, there is something there. Just I grew out of it pretty quickly, so
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just didn't think it was. I didn't want to include that with the rest of the awesomeness that have come out.
Oh, that's cool. Number 8. Jason, what do you got?
we're going with 2012's Wreck-It Ralph. Because
Ooh,
nostalgia, goes a long way with me, and it has for a very long time. And Wreck-It Ralph had so much video game nostalgia. I was giddy.
that's my number 2.
Oh, Aaron said, as the adult, I like the drugged out scene. Okay, yeah, that's cool too. That is hefty lumps and woozles.
The
yeah.
sequel had Stan Lee in it.
Yep. Yes,
What?
it did. Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph breaks the internet.
Yeah.
Ralph breaks the internet.
That was 2012. There we go. Yeah, Aaron said Wreck-It Ralph was great, and he would know. He's a video game guy.
Yeah, he is an expert.
Yep.
But the concept of it, of like that inside a video game is a living world. It takes me back to like Reboot and Tron. Those that concept has always been somewhere in my life, and it's one of my favorites. So they did it really well, and the sequel was just as fun.
See, I always find Tron to be more like reality and video games mixed, whereas Wreck-It Ralph is more like Toy Story and video games mixed, because they feel like they're toys alive in the video game to me. Anyway.
Yeah, I can see that. Have you heard though they have started filming Tron 3?
No,
I saw the headlines. Yeah,
I haven't seen Tron 2.
They have started filming Tron 3. Tron 2 was kind of meh. It was stunning.
Amazing.
It was stunning to watch, but the story is kind of meh.
You know what's interesting? As soon as Jason said that, I knew James was going to say that. Okay.
And probably one of the best score soundtracks ever.
See, I have with that.
That the soundtrack's great. It's just the story. The story really is kind of meh.
Well, then let's see what James considers a great story for his number 8.
Did you get that Wreck-It Ralph was my number 2?
No, I didn't. Oh, okay.
Number 2.
Okay, well then, what do you like about Wreck-It Ralph before we move to your number 8?
No, I like the nostalgia, especially like the therapy group. When
yeah.
Remind me, because I haven't seen the sequel, but which one has Ralph doing the Rickroll thing after the credits?
That's the internet. That's breaks the internet.
That's okay. Yeah. I remember seeing that post-credit scene when we had it playing in the theater, but I've seen the first one, not the second.
Aaron says the second one's soundtrack was amazing.
Just because I'm a bad guy doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. Therapy session,
right?
the zombie. Anyway, all right. My number 8 from 1977, The Rescuers.
Oh, you're going way back too.
Well, I saw this one years after it obviously came out, but I love Bob Newhart and Zsa Zsa Gabor as the voices. I remember almost nothing from this movie, but I remember enjoying them.
Did you not see the naked woman in the theater?
Yeah, did you?
I don't know that I saw this in the theater.
Okay.
But I've heard about that. I've heard about that Easter egg, yeah.
Literally one frame on the videotape you can find. You had to have eagle eyes, I'm telling you. Who went frame by frame to discover that?
Yeah,
I
who
knew
knows?
it was you.
Well, it was probably the guy who did it showed it off to some friends,
That's
and
probably
then
the
they
trickle
started
effect.
showing it off. They started showing it off at parties, and
Yeah, it's probably that.
Or it could have been those weird animation students going frame by frame to check out the animation, going, "What the?"
maybe.
Oh God, that would have been hilarious to be a
Yeah.
fly on the wall if that was it. Check it out! Look.
Especially if it's the professor at the front of the class flipping through the slides. And, whoa!
Say, prof, do we have to draw that too?
Wow, you can get away with this kind of stuff. Sweet.
But it's weird. James says the rescuers, and all we're talking about is the naked woman on one frame.
Yeah.
Tell us about your film, James.
All right, James, what do you think about the Rescuers Down Under?
That's my number 7.
Oh,
Wow.
I remember a little bit more about that one because we had that one on those big clamshell VHSs. And we actually watched that one a fair bit.
that one you definitely have to watch on the big screen.
I can't remember if I did or not. That was 1990, so it's possible.
When did the Rescuers Down Under come out?
It says 1990.
Does it?
So I was in grade 9 or grade 8.
Yeah, it is 1990. Dang.
But I didn't think Rescuers was 77. I thought it was later than that.
Oh, I remember Rescuers was. I was pretty young when Rescuers came out, but I have never went back to it.
June 22nd, 1977. Winnie the Pooh was March 11th, 1977.
Rescuers, they had that little dragonfly and stuff, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 mice. But yeah, that was so much fun. Both of those are fun. Good picks.
I feel like I should revisit that. It's been a very long time.
The most outstanding thing is during the opening credits of Rescuers Down Under. It's like you're flying on the bird. Next thing you go over the freaking, over the waterfalls, and you're looking down. I mean, that was just freaking fantastic, spectacular view. We're like, ooh.
You see, Aaron said, I saw Rescuers on the Family Channel back in the day. Oh, God, the Family Channel. That's right. That is way back.
It still exists. It's specifically called the Disney Family Channel now.
Aaron must be old. My number 8. Let's get on past that. Hang on. It says, Aaron just commented again. This place we would go for the summer had it on satellite. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's where I used to watch it all the time too. Okay. I'm old too. It was these big honking satellite dishes that had to be mounted in the back. It looked like you worked for NASA.
Yeah.
And
I remember those.
I remember the Family Channel was always scrambled stuff. You'd be sitting there trying to figure out what's on there.
Yeah. Mine is from 1998, and this is, to me, one of David Foley's best characters ever. It's Flick in A Bug's Life. I love A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life is great.
They take so many tropes and make them work. Like when PT flees on fire and someone gets him water, they throw a drop of water on him and he's like swirling around inside of it. Like, I love that stuff.
These are some brilliant things I've forgotten.
Yep.
That's one I haven't visited in a while.
Oh, just because I'm a ladybug means I'm a lady, huh?
I remember Dennis Leary.
Yeah. The casting was so cool. And what's his name? Pierce as the walking stick.
Oh, David Hyde
Pierce.
There we go.
Oh, he's perfect for that role.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he was typecast at that point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was still in the midst of Friends, right? So, or not Friends, Frasier.
You needed a walking stick. You only got him. That's it. And John Ratzenberg, obviously. Yep.
It's when it started. That was the first one.
Nope. Toy Story.
Which one was first? Toy Story or Bug's Life?
Toy Story.
See, I keep thinking Bug's Life came first.
Toy Story was the granddaddy of them all. What is it? 95 it came out? 1 sec.
Toy Story, 95.
Okay.
Toy Story was the first Pixar motion picture.
For some reason, I kept
Bug's Life was 98. Yeah.
So technically, Ham started it all for John Ratzenberger. but A Bug's Life was second, and then Toy Story 2, and what was next? Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and The Incredibles in that order. Who's
Most
the
of the early ones are the ones that are my favorites because those
He's
are the ones I
also-
really remember. Just out of college, and we're just any animated movie that came out, we're just freaking all over that.
Yep. And I remember now in the Incredibles, he's the Underminer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's also in Cars.
Yes. Yes.
Here's a hint. He's in all of them.
He was the Yeti we were talking about earlier. Spoiler alert. Okay, let's get on to number 7 now. Let me see. Who should we go next with? How about Steve?
Well, I'll go back to 1940. Pinocchio.
1 second here. Walter said something. Yeah, but will it air A Long Ride Home? Walter, buddy. No, it will not air on the Family Channel.
Because I think there's some cursing on there.
But yeah. It doesn't quite meet Disney standards.
No.
But we'll get it aired. I've been thinking on that. We'll talk more. And Aaron Moko says the 3 Toy Story movies were great and should be watched together. No, 3. Anyway, Steve, what's your number 7?
Didn't like the fourth one?
I haven't seen it. I got to be honest. I have not seen
I
it.
haven't watched 4 either.
You know, all the Toy Story movies were
I
great. Even the
agree.
fourth one. I'm like, wow, this
See, I
one
mean-
still ended up, keeping the standard of the Toy Story.
I don't doubt it's probably really good, but I do feel like with other people, the trilogy, because it's Andy to end. Do you know what I mean?
The scene with Bonnie and
Andy's kid.
Andy. That wasn't Andy's kid.
Oh, well, whatever.
Andy and Bonnie, when he's giving her the toys and they're playing together like that. It gets me just thinking about it.
Goose pimples. All right, Steve, what's your number 7?
Well, number 7 in back 1940s, Pinocchio.
Aaron heard. I heard there's apparently a 4th Indiana Jones movie somewhere. Yeah, I've heard that rumor myself.
It's interesting how a 78-year-old man is able to ride a horse and freaking still fight Nazis. Amazing.
No, that's the 5th one. He said the 4th one.
Oh,
Kingdom
yeah.
of Crystal Skull. Everybody's forgotten about that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's stashed in a fridge somewhere.
I hope so.
Great number 7. You said Cinderella, right?
Pinocchio.
He strikes me as a Cinderella guy.
No, he's talking Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
It has been a very, very long time for Pinocchio for me.
Me too.
Yeah. I went back and watched it a while ago, and it's like, it stands the test of time. It's a pretty good story. Kid wants to become he wants to become a real boy, and then he falls for all these temptations, like smoking and drinking. Like as a kid, I mean, these are things that they wouldn't show today, but he's got to overcome all that. And they got consequences for if kids do that.
Yeah,
you don't get coddled and they don't forgive you. You turn into a donkey and you live off your life as a jackass.
Yeah, I saw a Watch Mojo list recently of it was like top 10 dark moments in classic animated flicks or something, and that came up. That whole bit.
Aaron says the whale parts were great, but the island part was scary for kids.
Mm-hmm.
The book is way different and more horrifying. And yes, I've heard the differences between Disney and the source material.
Actually, it is quite ominous. It's like, hey, we want kids. We want little boys for this island. Oh, what do you want to do with the boys? Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. We won't be killing them. Oh, that's even more scary.
Totally not stalkerish at all, right?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Good pick on that. What is that? 38 when that came out?
1940.
40. Okay. I want to get the year in here. All right. In that case, Jason.
You mentioned the whale stuff, though. Yeah, I can picture it now. Yeah, the whale coming over the wave was pretty fantastic.
And see, just like Steve mentioned, though, the animation for those ones, like especially, and this is, I think, why I love Winnie the Pooh and why I love the, where'd it go? I was just looking at it, like Saludos Amigos Three Caballeros, Make Mine Music, those particular things, because the animation in them is amazing. You know, I don't watch them like once every 3 years, but to still watch the animation, it's like Fantasia is another one, but it's because it's different styles.
Fantasia is an amazing animation, but for me, I mean, it's like
Boring
watching
as
Star
hell.
Trek: The Motion Picture. Huh? Oh, that's
Okay, hang on. I'm counting down to Aaron's next comment now because we know it's coming. Okay, Jason, let's get your number 7 in before that.
2002's Lilo and Stitch.
It's my number 1.
Ohana means family.
Ohana means family.
I just rewatched it not long ago. It still holds up. It is so great.
It is
So
awesome.
fun.
And the one part that I still continue to gut laugh at, and I don't know why, it's when Cobra Bubbles first comes to the house when Stitch is there, and Stitch walks up. He's just looking at him, and then just wheels the book at his face for no reason whatsoever. I still laugh. I can't not laugh.
That whole movie is just so much fun. Though it really is, and it has such a unique style
Yeah.
from other Disney flicks too, right?
Oh yeah. Like this one kind of ventured way outside their normal box. Oh, it's just Pinocchio was whistleblowing on the island before Epstein. That was good.
He escaped Epstein.
I'll leave that up for a second. There we go. Okay, good. But yeah, this one did venture outside the box because now this bad guy is not only a bad guy, but he's designed for bad, right? And poor Lilo. I wish they hadn't changed it on Disney Plus, but when she crawls into the dryer to hide, you know,
they changed it.
Oh God, yeah. It's now a section of wall with a pizza box hanging over that she hides under.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't want kids crawling in dryers and stuff.
Well, yeah, I get it. I guess I didn't notice when we watched it.
Well, that's just it, because we're smart. We're not going to do it, you know.
No.
But oh man, yeah, I have so much fun with Lilo and Stitch.
The poor dude on his vacation, he can never get his ice cream.
Right. Oh, London Groot's in the house. Howdy. Welcome. We're counting down our top 10 Disney films. We are on Lilo and Stitch, which is Jason's number 7, my number 1. It's like a perfect movie to me. You got Lilo on the island with her love for Elvis and this little creature thing.
When he puts his finger on the record player, opens his mouth, and you hear the music.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just watched that the other day too. Okay, I could go on for hours. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Love Stitch. How can you not? Right? LOL. I used to put my little brother in the dryer like 3 times before we broke the dryer, and my mom got really mad. Yep.
Was she mad that the dryer was broke, or the kid was in the dryer?
Yeah. See, that's the important thing. I bet she was mad because the dryer was broke.
Yeah.
Probably. If she didn't get mad till the 3rd time, then yes, that's exactly what it was.
This is not a refrigerator where it locks on you. Okay, you literally kick it and it pops open. But anyway, we are not.
We're not advocating.
Yeah, don't crawl in your dryers.
And you know this, how, Rob?
But it's fun. Okay, James, we know you're number 7, Rescuers Down Under.
What did you like about the Down Under one?
Both probably more mad because the dryer broke. Yep.
I don't know. I think it was more the Bob Newhart, Zsa Zsa Gabor, and I just like their dialogue. Not that I remember much about it because it's 30 some odd years ago, but
no, but you're right. See, I remember watching it and loving it.
Yeah, same.
I don't remember a lot of
the story. I just love Bob Newhart's voice.
His dry humor.
Yeah.
Like, I've been recently watching Newhart, and he is like the perfect straight, dry comedian.
Yeah.
You know, he can look so serious delivering the best comedic lines ever.
And he was fantastic with his reprising role on Big Bang Theory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Professor Proton.
So good.
Oh, really?
Well, why am I in your dream?
Yeah. Oh my God, that was the best.
Oh, when I need a Band-Aid.
He's like a Jedi because his character had passed away, but he came back in one of not Leonard Sheldon's dreams to help him through a problem. So he's dressed as a Jedi. He goes, "Why am I here?" I don't understand.
Usually my robe's open in the back.
Yeah. If you get a chance to catch clips of it, oh my God, it's so good.
Okay.
Probably find it on YouTube.
But let's see if we can't get Steve's question answered for once. What did you like about The Rescuers Down Under?
I already said I liked the dialogue. And Bob Newhart and Josh Gabor. I don't remember a whole lot about it because honestly, I don't go out of my way to watch kids' movies or revisit a lot of kids' movies. So
I apologize. I re-asked because I thought we kept cutting you off. That's why I thought you never got a chance to answer, but you did.
No. I just for a lot of these, I don't have a lot to say.
James, he just doesn't listen to you.
Well, that is also true.
Who? What? What? Gabor did voices for a few Disney movies. Yeah, she did. But she made the characters cool. Like, she had a great voice for voice acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was a good actress.
Exactly. It's called acting. Number 6, Steve. Oh, wait.
Number 6.
I didn't do my number 7 real quick.
What's your 7?
Yeah.
We've talked about it, but it's Toy Story.
Which one?
Oh, that's my number 6.
Oh, is it?
It's my number 3.
Okay.
If it was me, I would have grouped all the Toy Stories together because they're just all phenomenal.
I was going to.
That's what he keeps doing, and it drives me insane because these are movies, not series. Movies.
Yeah, it's hard.
But
yeah, Jason, Kill Bill.
So let's talk a little quick Toy Story because it's on a couple lists, and those make it go by fast. This is the fact that it's Pixar's number 1 thing, and it's what we all think happens when we're out in our room, and is our toys are alive.
Mm-hmm.
What if a toy dies and Andy's playing with a dead toy the entire time? Isn't that creepy?
Yeah, it's a little dead corpse.
Yeah.
Now there is a really deranged YouTube video. I could be wrong, but I think it's by somebody called Meat Canyon. Where Meat Canyon?
We won't.
Where he's got a very it's very weird and twisted, and he takes Toy Story and it's like, well, what if it gives them if they come to life in front of a kid, the kid gets cancer.
Wow.
What happened to Sid? You thought he moved away, didn't you, Timmy?
Fan fiction is what you're saying.
That's basically what it was, yes.
Okay.
But it was really, really twisted.
Okay.
I was downloading Toy Story, but I got the wrong one. It was like adult Toy Story. Mom's Toys.
You need batteries for this movie. Steve, number 6.
Number 6. It was it's another Disney classic. Can't remember much of the details. All I know is I had a lot of fun watching it. It is The Jungle Book.
Oh, yes.
The animated one, not the remake.
That's my number 6.
What was this?
Jungle Book.
Oh.
1967.
1967.
See, I did like that one. It meant a lot to me because that's what Cub Scouting is based off, is that book.
Okay.
Speaking of Jungle Book and The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, there are 2 scenes that are exactly the same animated. They just switched the characters.
They did that with a bunch of the stuff because you can take a lot of the stuff of Baloo from Jungle Book, and it's also the sheriff of Nottingham, or somebody in Robin Hood.
Oh, Steve says every Toy Story is freaking great, but the original still hits home for me as an introduction to this whole amazing new world. I still thoroughly enjoy all of them with my kids. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the thing right there. It's 27 years later, and it's still wicked.
Right? It still works.
The Jungle Book is cool. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, I thought you were still talking about Toy Story. Never mind.
We are now.
Go ahead.
I thought Toy Story was very original. I saw about, especially with like Tom Hanks, Woody trying to prove that Buzz is just a toy. And he opens up the visor. He's like, oh, and he pretends to choke, and then he realizes Yeah. But I mean, like I saw about 90% of Toy Story 2 and didn't think that much of it. 3 was okay. I didn't see what everyone thought was so great about it. I still go back to the first one.
You
and
didn't
the
see
fourth.
Schindler's Toy Box?
That's what it was basically called. Yep, toys are off to the furnace.
Yeah, it was just another Toy Story movie, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
Just another Toy Story. Wow.
That's that wow.
That's just another Indiana Jones movie.
That is to say, Toy Story 3 is an honorable mention for me. But
Okay.
come on, the incinerator scene, just that if you're not bawling when they're holding
No.
hands, you have no heart.
I did not find Toy Story 3 all that sad.
Well, back to the Jungle Book, which is
Wow.
what's brought up with Steve and Jason's number 6. It's
It's
cool.
no longer.
because-
I can't talk about that anymore. It's like,
No, it's too traumatic. Yes. All right, fine. We know James's
But-
number 6 is Toy Story.
Which I've
And-
just talked about.
Exactly.
But I just one thing on Jungle Book, you cannot tell me that there is not a more like instant classic song than Bare Necessities. Come on now.
Sure, it
Like,
can.
no, it is one of the most iconic tunes. Come on now.
We're off to see the wizard.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Just saying. I know it's not animated, it doesn't count.
Not in this conversation.
That's right.
Okay. My number 6. And again, I think this is one that kicked the animated films off for me, really, was 1994, The Lion King. Because
That is an honorable mention for me.
yeah, that story is so dang powerful. And you have such great voice actors. James Earl Jones is in it, for Pete's sake. Was it?
Darth Vader.
Jeremy Irons.
Yep. Oh,
Yes.
now you got Steve singing the Bare Necessities. Okay, maybe you're right, Jason.
For
Maybe you're right.
bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
But you have what's his Nathan Lane in there too as Timon. Who
And
just
Whoopi Goldberg.
killed it. Whoopi Goldberg as the hyena. Cheech Marin as the hyena. You know,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, as Shotzi and Chanzi
yeah.
and Ed.
Like Robin Williams was really accurate when he did Aladdin. It started a floodgate of having celebrities become voices,
Mhm.
and for some you can tell it is a grab. For others, it really works.
No, the comedians can crush at it. It's anybody who's not leaning towards comedy will struggle with it.
Yeah.
But that is my number one.
That's your number 1.
That is my number one.
Wow.
It's on the list number 1 for a lot of people. Not me, but
it is my number one. See, when we were originally supposed to do this list was on December 18th. That's my daughter's birthday, and The Lion King is her favorite movie, and in particular, like this was her infancy, like was the Lion King era. Everything she lived and breathed Lion King, and I have one distinct memory where we had to take her to like this specialist, a dental specialist for children. So to examine her, they have her on this bed, and they had the TV above. So they put headphones on her, and she's watching Lion King while the dentist is trying to poke in her mouth, but he can't because she's singing along. Just can't wait to be king.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
So-
kind of weird, eh? He's singing that song, "Just Can't Wait to Be King," and
Your dad's right there, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, it because of just how deep it holds a place in my heart because of my daughter. It has to be my number one. But it
And-
is so fantastic.
oh, true story. When Prince Harry was young, he was singing to that. I just can't wait to be king. The rest of the family started laughing at him.
Go figure. Let me see. Steve here said it's my birthday too. Woo, December 18th, unite.
Happy
Ooh.
belated.
Yeah. And Aaron had mentioned I had seen Kimba the White Lion before I saw Lion King, and after
Right.
seeing it, like they kind of ripped it off.
They did.
I've never seen Kimba, so I don't know.
Oh, that's why you're one of
Oh.
those people that don't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
there was something else, and yes, they did, but
That's Disney. That's what they do.
exactly.
Number 5. Steve, what's your number 5?
Number 5, Encanto.
Ooh. We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
That's my number 4.
Encanto is just like a nice, fun movie. I saw it recently on one of the cruise, and it's just a fun. It's like the X-Men Mansion. Everyone's got superpowers.
But there's no villain. There's no real villain.
What?
They're not fighting an evil.
What year did that come out?
2021. 2021. No, in Encanto, they're not fighting anyone. It has superpowers, but they're not fighting anyone. They're they're literally losing their power, and the Mirabelle is trying to trying to stop it from happening.
And what number is it for you, Jason?
That is my number 4.
4. Okay.
Trust me, I have watched it a lot. It's one of Crystal's, it's on repeat a lot. Like, we've watched it many, many times. We listen to the songs all the time. It's so fun. All the music is great.
Aaron says, I have not seen that one yet either. I haven't seen that one yet.
Really? Well, we're about to tell you about Bruno, but we can't talk about him.
But he's right. There's a bunch of the more recent Disney animated films I've missed. And yeah, he and I are exactly the same. I have not been keeping up the last few years.
Missed.
Encanto, Rob, give it a good honest watch.
Oh, you did not.
I'm doing it. For Encanto, I'm doing it.
Damn it. Fine.
So he has to watch it?
Yeah. Well, don't get it. Why are you getting angry? Because you have to watch a good movie.
No, I gotta find time to do it now. So you're forcing me to do it.
Oh, okay.
I will.
Okay.
But now
I'm going to make sure next time I see you.
Make sure Christina's with you, because she'll enjoy it too.
Oh, damn right to be with me. I gotta watch it. You're watching it. Sit down.
Christina.
Jason, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is from 1991, The Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh. It's another honorable mention.
Now, the live action one, I love the live action remake as well. But the animated one, I was there when it came out. I saw it in the theater. Crystal and I were in our early relationship. It was right there for us. And it's just, again, nostalgia. It just keeps it there. It's just so good.
That's my number 1.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. Even watching it, did you guys ever see the version where it's not all fully colored? There's some pencil sketches, some storyboards.
I've seen some of those. Yeah.
Is that where they added? Like, they were adding stuff that wasn't finished or whatever?
Yeah, it was unfinished.
Okay.
Steve mentioned,
I don't think I've seen it.
Steve mentioned the soldiers are the bad guys in Encanto, but aren't really a big baddie. The big baddie is the issues within the family itself, and they have to get through that and come together to win.
Yeah, but the soldiers is literally the first 2 minutes of the film. That's it.
Aaron's not a fan of Beauty and the Beast. That and Little Mermaid fall flat for me. And when you think about them too much, they're super fucked up.
That's why we won't think about them too much.
Yeah. But see, Beauty and the Beast was cool because that was the first time they really started blending computer animation in with their animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that didn't work for me when the plates were dancing. I didn't like that part.
Ballroom scene too. Like that whole ballroom is CGI to their
amazing.
Dancing is animated. They blended it really well in certain areas, because you're right, Steve. There are others not.
A couple spots, yeah, but still such a great flick. So, and of course the iconic soundtrack.
I just didn't like the ending. Everything is going great, and then suddenly it's the Disney magic. The beast starts glowing, shooting freaking lasers out of his fingers and stuff, and it turns into a dude that's uglier than the beast.
Right? I noticed that too.
Yay.
Aaron said a friend of mine worked on the animation team in Toronto for the direct-to-video Beauty to the Beast movie. The Christmas one. I remember that one.
Oh.
Yes. Tell him I'm sorry. Okay. James.
I know a lot of people that worked on for Disney Canada.
Yeah. James, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is 2016's Moana.
Oh.
Moana. Nice.
That's my number 2.
I thought it had some great music, and I thought Dwayne Johnson did a really funny voice acting job.
See, to me, that's got one of the best cameo voices, better than K2SO. Alan Tudyk killed it as that chicken.
Yes, he does. Alan Tudyk is the voice of Hey Hey. That's
But that's the only problem I have with that is it's like Bill Hader as the voice of BB-8. It's like anybody could do that. Why do they have like some big well-known celebrity making a stupid sound that anybody could do? It's just like, oh, that's Alan Tudyk.
I don't care. Alan Tudyk gets to have that on his resume. That's like that's amazing.
He doesn't need that on his resume.
Gotta be honest, for all we know, Bill Hader may have volunteered and said, I'll do the noises. And they went, okay, fine, cool.
Well, yeah, and some people are like, anything to be part of Star Wars and stuff.
Exactly.
And Kevin Smith is in one of them somewhere.
Force Awakens.
I thought he was in Rise of Skywalker.
No,
I thought I saw him credited.
I know he's in Force Awakens because he's outside the one temple place when the X-Wings come in over the lake.
He's see him?
He's one of the stormtrooper voices.
Oh, voices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those Star Wars movies are like Bruno. We just don't talk about them, please.
My number 4, 2009.
Nope, 5.
My number 5. Sorry, my name is right above number 4, so I looked at it. My number 5. You're right. It's from 2009, and it has given me one of my favorite characters, Doug. Hi, my name is Doug. I just love you, and I love you already.
Scooby-Doo.
Up.
Oh, that's my number 3.
Yes. I just adore this one. Ed Asner kills it in this movie.
For a movie that can make you cry in the first and last 15 minutes.
Exactly. This packs
better than any Toy Story can.
And that's why I don't go back to it. I can't. I don't go back to. I don't go back to Up. And one other one that I'll hold off because it might come up on a list yet. I can't go back to it because it hits too hard.
Oh man,
it's the whole reason behind our squirrel.
Exactly. And when the voice changers get messed up on the big dogs, they're all talking with the squeaky voices. Like, yeah, I love it. And that bird. Everything was fun.
I recently saw a video of somebody at Disneyland, and there was Doug, somebody in a Doug costume walking around, and a dog was there that apparently loves watching Up.
Oh, nice.
So the dog is freaking out because it's Doug.
It's a dog celebrity.
Yep.
All right. Number 4, Steve.
Number 4 goes to 1989. We're still doing this rejuvenated the Disney's animation industry in 89, 90s. The Little Mermaid. Mm-hmm. It brought everything together. The great music, the wonderful characters, the really odd the fact that she still had seashells when she turned into a human. I mean, them
little suckers stuck.
All us animators are like, oh, she's turning human. Like, what the? Oh, come on.
How are they still there?
Right?
Apparently, they're shells that are not dead. So they're just.
Yep.
I wouldn't let go either, right?
It's a great movie. The animation and all that is great. Ariel, her facial expressions are just fantastic. You could tell what she's thinking just by looking at her. If you watch the live action movie, the actress is a beautiful voice. She's eye candy on screen, but she's just, you can't tell what she's thinking. You can't tell anything. And it's kind of a shame.
I haven't watched
The only thing they got right is both princes were lame, but
see, at least it's consistent there. But they had such fun stuff in there, like Flounder and Sebastian too.
Yeah, it wasn't creepy to look at like in the live action.
Right? If you get a chance, you should watch. They have a Disney live musical, and Shaggy plays Sebastian.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was one of the better live ones.
John Stamos, I think, plays the cook.
Oh yeah, for Les Poissons.
Yep. Actually, pretty cool. Okay, Jason's number 4 is Encanto.
Mm-hmm.
That means James. What you got?
My number 4 is 2000's The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh my God, that's so much fun.
Fun movie.
Yep.
Patrick Warburton and David Spade are just awesome together in that.
Conk became an instant hit.
Yeah.
Yep. When he's up against the wall, dumb and tone deaf.
Yep. Squeakity, squeak, squeak, squeak.
Oh yeah, squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
Yep.
Where is my acorn?
Oh my god. And I think that's where they first did it. When did Up come out? Yeah, 2009. So it was what's her name? Azuma or Yzma.
Yzma.
She was the one that turned into the cat with the squeaky voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve said
It was Eartha Kitt.
yes. But Crunk is my absolute favorite. He is so awesome.
Mm-hmm. They animated him perfectly to match Patrick Warburton's voice.
Oh yeah.
Like they couldn't have done it better.
Exactly. Yeah. I still love that. Even it's in the trailer too, that little clip where they're tied back to back on the thing. It's like, yeah, we just got beat up by Jaguars. Yep. And all this has happened. Yep. We're going over Waterfoot. Bring it on. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my number 4 we talked about already because it was on another list was Monsters Inc. So that brings us to number 3, Steve.
Number 3 is Mulan. The animated, not the live action where she's a witch and things just don't make sense in that freaking movie.
Never watched the live action for that either.
I've only watched the Beauty and the Beast live action. Have not watched any of the other ones.
I think I'm the same.
It's a bit different.
The Aladdin live action's really good.
What was that?
The Aladdin live action is really good.
It's not bad. We'll talk about that in the next round.
Maybe.
Maybe. Now Mulan is great. It's this character. She's doing what she's got to do, not because she's trying to prove she's a woman, right? Or she can do anything better. She's trying to save her dad from dying. So she's going out there pretending to be a guy. It's the only way she could do it. Try not to be noticed. So she makes friends, which they all think she's a guy. And they find out, they do what the proper thing is, like they would have done back then. They outcast her because they did that. She's the one that kind of saved the day, not because of brawn, but because she's thinking. She used her smarts.
And because she had Eddie Murphy as Mushu.
Right. Yep. Well, Eddie Murphy, too. That helped. But
and Cricky.
He wasn't a donkey in that one, was he?
No.
Yeah, no waffles.
No waffles.
But no, that was cool. And they had a couple really good songs in there, too. Like, I know right now we're hooked to this stupid game, Disney Speedstorm. It's like Mario Kart with Disney characters. Oh. But you play levels, and one of them is the Great Wall. So you hear all the Mulan music in the background done up jazzy or... But it has got me wanting to rewatch so many of these. So this came along at a good time for me.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's a really great character. There's no preaching or anything. It's just like, damn, this is freaking good. You're rooting for her the entire time.
Oh, apparently Steve knows about this game too. It's so freaking fun and it's free. Yes, it is. Yep.
Free on what? Where?
We're playing it on PS4, but I don't know. Probably cross-platform. It's like Fortnite. It's free to play, but you can buy a pass to get more crap.
Okay.
Fortnite, isn't that in 2 weeks away? You don't get it. Fortnite's 2.
Oh, we have a connection issue. Okay, so yes, Mulan. Great pick, Steve. Great pick. Jason, yours was Toy Story.
Yep.
And James, yours was Up.
Yep.
So he's not up.
Sure he is.
He's next.
See, Steve plays it on Xbox, and Aaron just confirmed it is cross-platform. So there you go. It's fun. Like Christina, right now, I could open the door and you would hear the game. I don't get to see my PS4 anymore until she goes to bed. Yeah. Anyway, my number 3. This one, Cam and I watched on Blu-ray. I swear to God, till it almost was destroyed. I know there's no touching parts, but this is how much we watched this thing. And it had such amazing features. It's Cars from 2006. Because in the Blu-ray, you could go into a section where little cars would pop up on the bottom. And when you saw them in the movie, you hit a button and it saved it. And then you could go in later and it's like a giant Wikipedia of all the vehicles. And it would tell you every single backstory on every freaking car in that movie.
Oh, wow.
That little dude hung beside Mac with the mattress on top. Like he's got a whole backstory and everything. But
wow, I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
I love that movie. That was one I shared with my nephew when he was little, so that was a favorite.
And it's such a cool story too. You know, the young upstart against the old rookie, and then there's the big bad guy, and then there's
Paul Newman was great.
Oh, big time. And Larry the Cable Guy. This is the movie I keep referencing when people talk about the adult humor in kids' movies. Because when Lightning McQueen comes screaming out to everybody, "Hey, did you know Doc has a piston cup?" And Mater goes, "He did what in his cup?" It's just like, that's perfect, you know?
That is my favorite line from that flick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is the one where the characters, the stars reflected the characters as opposed to being just stars of the movie. Like you had Tommy Chong in there, you had Cheech Marin, you had sorry, I'm trying to think around the vehicles. Well, Michael Keaton.
He's Batman?
Yes. He was Chick
Hicks.
Chick Hicks, there we go. But yeah, like every voice really fit. Like it was so good.
Yes, it did.
Okay. I've gushed enough on that one. We're on to number 2. Steve.
Number 2, we go to the Far East, Aladdin, the animated one.
That was my last honorable mention.
Great songs, great story. Robin Williams pretty well, killed it in the movie.
I was still in high school when this came out. And
just a little kid, man.
Chris and I were still dating. We're dating at the time, and yeah, that was another big one. I was in the high school band, so we were all itching to play some of the music from it.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like in this one, this is the predecessor to the celebrity voice acting. But in all honesty, only Robin Williams could really have made that character what it was. Because he was the only one willing to do the ad libs he did.
Well, they got what did they say? Like 30 hours?
Yeah.
Worth of audio from Robin.
Because if it had been a voice actor, they would have come in and read the lines.
Yeah.
So.
But that's Robin Williams. He's just insane.
And they said, go for it. Because it's Robin Williams, go for it. Let him go wild. And it blew up, and they went, stars equal money. But it wasn't stars that equaled money. It was Robin
Williams.
Exactly.
Will Smith did a decent job in the live action. I was happy with that performance. It's no Robin Williams, but damn, he did a pretty good second place.
Well, Steve, it's my number 2 as well, Aladdin.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I could rewatch this so much.
It is great. Yeah, absolutely. And I will admit, I love the climax. I love the whole phenomenal cosmic power, itty bitty living space comes back.
Yep.
I thought that was great.
That was brilliant.
Gilbert Gottfried as a Iago, Iago. There we go. He was perfect. Like, yeah. Okay.
Look at this. I'm molting.
It was that grating voice that never would have been and it never would have worked if it was been anybody else.
A face made for animation.
Exactly.
That's true. They got the beat right.
Let me see here. So, Jason, your number 2 was Moana.
Yeah, so original, so different with that music. Like,
dude,
Lin-Manuel did the music. So,
dude, you already got to talk about it. Shush.
Hey, is Dwayne Johnson coming back to live action?
Actually, I didn't.
I heard he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he's part of their live action.
He is. He's doing it. He is definitely doing the live action. I'm not really looking forward to it. I think it's too soon.
Wonder if he'd be in a black suit.
Yeah, you're right. It is too soon. They're just like casting on everything.
Let me see. James was Wreck-It Ralph, and mine was Aladdin, which sends us to number 1. Steve, yours was Beauty and the Beast.
That's right.
Jason is Lion King, and I was Lilo and Stitch. That leaves James.
Well, like Jason, as soon as this list was announced, I knew exactly what my number 1 would be. And this is number 1 by a large margin. This was the other Disney animated film that was released the same year as Moana. And this was Zootopia.
Oh, okay.
I thought this movie was fantastic. The animation and Jason Bateman's hilarious in the movie, and the sloth at the DMV.
See,
It was fun. I just have never gone back to it.
This is what I watched this one like 2 days in a row. I watched it, then I watched it again with my mom. I just thought it was fantastic. And it's one of the few kids movies that I would go back to repeatedly.
I've never watched this one either. Like I said, it's the more recent ones.
Mhm.
Since I think Big Hero 6 was the first one I went to the theater to see.
Never
from
saw
that
that one.
point on, I've
It's
only
like a
been catching
superhero
it.
film.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Yeah.
But since then, no, I haven't been hitting the theaters. Oh, Aaron said Fantasia should be on someone's number one. No, we talked about that.
What made me really want to see Zootopia was because there was one of the moms came into the theater, and I think they had just seen the movie or they were refused. I don't know. She was railing against it because of all the propaganda and she's some crazy conspiracy theory woman.
What's the propaganda? I want to know.
I have no idea. She's out of her mind, but it made me want to watch the movie just to see how crazy she was.
That's a fun movie. It's a great pick.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes loves that movie.
Steve says la 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 la. Does that mean something about Zootopia?
I have no idea.
Mhm.
Okay. Or does he think he's laughing, but he's hitting the wrong keys?
Maybe it's this
Maybe.
cat.
I have
You have a cat, Steve? Is it your cat?
I have 4 that didn't get mentioned off my honorable mentions.
Oh, it's from Big Hero 6. Okay. There we go.
Oh yeah, ba la 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 la.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6 is one of my honorable mentions. That was so much fun. Treasure Planet, such a great
You're
spin
the
on
one
not.
who watched it.
Oh, I Treasure Planet's a lot of fun.
It was
It's
a fun
such
movie.
a fun take.
But yeah, it was a fun movie. But it's like, okay, I saw it once, and yeah.
No, I revisited about that one about a year ago, and I'm like, I gotta watch this a little more often. It's Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet holds up. And then 2 that they're just a little too new that I was on, and they didn't hold me as much, but they are so original. Turning Red, which if you
Yes.
have not seen, Turning Red is such a fun and different type of story for them.
And it takes place in Toronto, Ontario.
Exactly. That is just another little hit for it. It is great. And Soul.
Soul's good. Yeah, I watched that.
Soul is like mind bending. Because it's all about jazz music, but they actually try to present what life and death, a representation of life and death and in between that kids could possibly even understand.
Treasure Planet was Disney, and so was Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Atlantis.
I never went there.
But yeah, Treasure Planet came out 2002.
Yes.
So it was Disney.
They're one of the few male-led movies. That's why nobody cares. There's no princess here? I don't care. No. We won't remember this.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Nothing without a princess.
But yeah, if you want to see something that's different, completely different from anything else Disney, like or anything else really that you've seen, Turning Red and Soul, they'll both really get you.
Yeah, I recommend them both. He is correct.
Alrighty. Well,
And Turning Red, Canadian director, right?
Yes, it was.
So that's another thing for us to watch.
perfect.
Toronto.
Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, we forgot to mention, honorable mention, Ratatouille.
No, we didn't.
I'm surprised nobody mentioned the worst Pixar, Inside Out.
Oh,
You mean it's worse than Elementals?
I haven't seen Elemental.
See,
I
now
saw
we're
it on
getting
the
the
cruise
battling
and
baddies here.
Like,
All right,
why?
again. Steve,
Just
thank
let
you,
her die already.
thank you so much for joining us today and bringing this topic because, yeah, this is one we should have been hitting a long time ago, but never did. So thank you, sir.
yes, thank you.
Speaking
Thank
of
you.
hitting, when you're driving a car and you see your ex-girlfriend, the term "I'd hit that" takes on a whole new meaning.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. On that note, for another night at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And I'm the evil doctor, Stevil.
We'll see y'all later.
Toodle.
Bye.
Yeah.
It's a madhouse!